largest based on growth, eclipsed only by China. The likes of our natural gas, coal, iron ore and our beef make up the top exports from Australia to Japan. But the reality is it can be time-consuming, costly and certainly quite confusing as a market to access. So to translate the trends for us and the market opportunity, we're meeting with marketing maestro Adam Arndell with Beef TV. Great to have you here, Adam.
Konnichiwa.
Based in Tamworth and Tokyo, what a combination for C7.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's been a bit of a lifelong dream, so it's been fantastic. To just growing up in a farming world and then being able to now look globally, I think it's amazing.
I am literally fresh back from Tokyo just before I came to Rockhampton, worlds apart. The consumer in Japan is a different beast entirely. They're enormously discerning. It's a highly competitive market. What do you think we need to know about the Japanese market?
Look, I think it's like any market. If we're anyone looking to go into a global market, it's about doing your homework. The Japanese consumers love Australia. They love our food and fibre products. But it's really important that you do your homework and you understand the consumer behaviours there, and you understand how you can access those markets. It's a market with 125 million people, but it's a competitive market. Some of our biggest competitors in the beef industry are there in the US and Canada, Brazil and Argentina. So the opportunity is enormous, but for I think particularly beef organisations and beef brands, having a good strategy and how you can make the most of that market is important.
So there's huge opportunity over there, but one of the challenges always is finding a distributor. Then you've got marketing. It's a different world for marketing.
Yeah. As a market, it's got huge opportunity. As you said, it's second largest export market, and for beef is the largest agricultural product exported into Japan. But I think a lot of organisations and brands and producers, processors seem to, getting a distributor is the first step. And I think a lot of organisations stop there and don't realise the importance of having a tailored, localised marketing, directly targeting consumers and your audience in that market is such a critical step. Getting the distributor is probably 20% of the work that actually needs to go in. And
what are some of the material considerations that beef producers would need to be aware of in that market?
Yeah, I think coming back to, I studied marketing at CSU at Bathurst many years ago.
Might have been my vintage.
Yeah, and they always spoke about your 6 Ps of marketing. Having the right product, positioning it well in the right channels, and having a good pricing strategy, and then how you promote it. And I think particularly in the product space is that how we eat our beef is very different. We tend to have larger portions. They have very small portions. They don't have the prime cuts. They like their thinly sliced beef. So looking at how you actually productise and what you deliver into those markets is really critical.
And what about pricing and channel strategy? We have totally different landscape for media over here and communications to the public.
Yeah. Look, on the distribution side of things, as I said, I think a lot of organisations really look at, have I been able to secure a distributor or an importer, and they really feel like that's been, perhaps the most important thing to do. But the channel side of things and getting a distributor that aligns with the channel that you want to sell into is critical, because they have such a diverse, there's supermarkets that don't have a duopoly like we have. I think, the top 6 or 7 supermarkets in Japan actually only have about 16% market share. So supermarkets is important. Convenience is such a big part, convenience stores in Japan. And their direct-to-consumer, business-to-consumer model through online shopping is just massive. So Rakuten is an online platform over there. Beef can be sold directly through there. You can place an order and 3 hours later you have your chilled beef delivered to you. So understanding that distribution is really important. On the pricing side, it's really about aligning your pricing to those distribution platforms and where you want to position your product to those consumers. So if you're targeting high-end restaurants, you want to make sure that your pricing strategy aligns with that. But importantly, your distributors always want to make sure that they've got a good margin, obviously, in what they're providing. So, it's another important aspect to look at.
Adam, from Tamworth to Tokyo and the rest of
Yeah.
the world, thanks for joining us here from
Yeah.
C7.
Thank you.
Well, we head from Japan to Vietnam, which is currently Australia's 10th largest